Okay, let's start with Cuphead. There's something special and magical about how Cuphead perfectly captures that 1930s cartoon aesthetic, while being one of the most challenging games I've ever played. I'll never forget the first time I fought the flower boss and realized every phase was like a brand new battle. The jazz soundtrack pumps me up during fights, and that moment when you finally beat a boss you've been stuck on for hours. Pure cinema. I love how it forces me to learn patterns and punishes impatience. Is that even a word? But, well, it has made me a better gamer. So Cuphead is a god tier game that you should play right now, even in 2025, because I have never seen any game like this in modern days. The second one, it is Celeste, or Celeste? I don't know how you say it, but it is Celeste. And Celeste isn't just a game to me, it is an experience. The way Madeline's personal journey mirrors the gameplay is pure genius. Those B-side tracks push my platforming skills to their absolute limit, but the controls are so precise that even that felt like my fault. It's not their fault, like the design of the game itself, it is just beautiful. I still listen to Resurrections when I need motivations because, you know, it is pretty good. What really got me was how the game encourages you to die in a certain way. Like, be proud of your death count, because after dying 300 times on a screen actually made me quite emotional. Yeah, pretty good game. Cassette Beasts. As someone who grew up with Pokemon, this game felt like a revelation because, you know, at the time when this game came out, the Pokemon genre has been so stale because this game has a fusion system, right? So the fusion system blew my mind away. Combining my electric cat with my friend's ice golem to create this majestic lightning yeti was incredible. The open world exploration also reminds me a lot of one of my favorite game, Zelda. And the soundtrack has no right being this good. I love how battles require actual strategy instead of just, you know, over-leveling like Pokemon. And that post-game content? Ooh, chef's kiss. Yeah! And of course we have Baldur's Gate 3. I've never felt this level of freedom in an RPG before, or in this case a CRPG. The fact that I can talk my way out of most fights or come up with ridiculous solutions like, you know, stacking boxes to reach new areas makes every playthrough unique. The characters feel so real. I was genuinely heartbroken when a certain companion left my party after a bad decision. Yeah, it's my fault, guys. It's my fucking fault. And the combat, finally understanding the D&D mechanics after 20 hours was quite rewarding. I've already sunk around like 200 plus hours, of course, and still find new things in this game because, man, the level of freedom, like I said, in this game is unreal. So if you like a CRPG or just an RPG with a lot of freedom, then play this game. And I don't know, maybe I'll see you guys in 3 months because this game is that good. Dead Cells. The moment this game clicked for me was quite astonishing. One run, I was struggling, then suddenly I was dodging, rolling, and parrying like a ballet of violence. And the weapon variety keeps me coming back. Going from a pure brutality build to a tactics turret setup keeps the gameplay fresh. And man, did I mention the pixel art in this game? It is stunning. Beating the Hand of the King for the first time after dozens of attempts might be my proudest gaming moment in history. Yeah, because, man, Hand of the King, it is a very challenging boss fight, I kid you not. And there's a lot of Easter eggs too in this game, and if you love Half-Life, I bet you will love this game. Because there is some Half-Life Easter eggs in this game, and it is quite good how they implemented this one. So give this game a go, and see it by yourself. And Don't Starve, one of the most difficult games in my gaming career. Not career actually, just my gaming life, you know? Because this game taught me the true meaning of paranoia. That moment when you are doing well, then winter hits and everything goes to hell. Man, it is priceless and making you want to punch your PC and get a new one. I love how uncompromising it is, you know, no hand-holding, just brutal survival game. And if you like a survival game like Valheim or many more, this game is for you. And not to mention the art style is gorgeous in its own creepy way, and discovering new crafting recipes through trial and error feels so rewarding. Playing with friends in Don't Starve together leads to some of the funniest and most heartbreaking moment, and maybe it will jeopardize your friendship or your relationship with your spouse. So keep that in mind when playing this game, but nonetheless it is a pretty fun game that wanna make you kill yourself. Up next, of course, it is Hi-Fi Rush. Well, I didn't know I needed a rhythm action game until this was released. The way everything syncs to the music makes the combat feel like performing when you are in the zone. It's pure flow state. I tried Bullet Hell, I think Bullet Hell is the name, before, where you have to shoot in sync with the rhythm, but I don't know, it just doesn't click to me. But when I played this game, the story is amazing, the characters are so charmingly dumb, I love it, and the comic book visual style is just the cherry on top. It is pure goodness, alright? And that moment when the boss fight transitions to a new song, man, I got chills every time. This is the only game where failing a QDE still looks pretty cool. And of course, the classic, Hollow Knight. Exploring Hollowness for the first time was really creepy, honestly. And I thought to myself, is there any more secrets in this game? So when you find a new area or unlock a shortcut after being lost for around an hour or 2 hours or even 5 hours plus, is quite unmatched. The combat is simple yet so satisfying once you master it. And the boss fights are perfectly tuned. It is so balanced and challenging at the same time. I'll never forget finally beating the Radiance after weeks of attempts. Man, the lore is also fascinating, man. You go into YouTube, you type Hollow Knight's lore, and you can spend hours on end, listening to their theories about the world of Hollowness. I remember spending maybe like half a day just reading and watching videos about the lore of Hollow Knight. It is absolute masterpiece. So Hollow Knight, if you missed this out, get this right now because this game is god tier, I kid you not. Omori, yeah, I know, quite an oldie, but this game destroyed me emotionally in the best way possible. The contrast between the colorful headspace and the real world is genius. The combat system is surprisingly deep for an RPG like this, but it's just the story that sticks with you for hours on end, or maybe weeks, or even months maybe. Because that moment when a certain revelation hit, I had to put the controller down and process this all out. And the soundtrack is also amazing, but the story, it is full of twists and turns and so mysterious that you just want to play more and more and get to the end of the game. Oxygen not included. This game is developed by the same developer as Don't Starve, so you will know how challenging this game is. And I love how this game makes me feel like an engineer. The first time I built a sustainable bathroom system, I was quite proud of myself. Then the heat that came, yeah. Then the oxygen crisis, then the food storage. Every failure teaches you something new in this game. The physics simulation is incredible. Seeing gas layers from naturally or setting up a petroleum boiler after hours of planning is so satisfying. It's the most stressful puzzle game I've ever loved and super rewarding at that. So Oxygen not included, a very challenging game because it is also made by the same developer as Don't Starve. A very good game, visuals pretty nice. You don't need a beefy PC to play this game. One of my favorite games of all time, Persona 5 Royale. This game consumed my life for 2 months, man. I didn't do anything. Just play this game and maybe watch some YouTubes. Because the style in this game, they are horny for style. The style oozes you from every menu transition and battle animation. I became weirdly attached to my confidence, especially Futaba. Yeah, such a waifu, honestly. The dungeon crawling is fun, but it's the daily life sim that quite hooked me up. And of course, the gameplay, right? And don't get me started on the soundtrack in this game. I still get chills when Life Will Change kicks in during the palace infiltration, because that music is just so good with the game. Match made in heaven, honestly. And till this day, I still think that Persona 5 Royale still worth the $60 price point. And if you can get cheaper, man, you will lose track of time and you will get your money's worth buying this game, playing this game. And honestly, I feel like this game is more polished and more content heavy than Persona 3 Reload. So Persona 5 Royale, a very good game. You will get your money's worth. Try it out, especially if you love JRPG. Power Wash Simulator. I never thought cleaning virtual dirt could beat this. Zen. I have no words for this other than this game is relaxing. It relaxes you, man. There's something hypnotic about watching grime disappear under your nozzle. I've fallen asleep playing this more times than I could remember. Yeah, I actually fallen asleep on my chair because the satisfaction of completing a big job is weirdly real, and the dumb humor in the mission descriptions always gets me. It's my go-to relaxing game if you're just like talking with your friends or when you are watching tournament. You know, I usually watch Dota 2 tournament while playing this game and, you know, while in a call with my friends. So this game is really relaxing, and surprisingly, this game is published by Square Enix, who also makes Final Fantasy. It is so weird, and they have a Final Fantasy collab event or DLC, I think, in this game. And you get to watch Regalia and watch some chocobos or even SpongeBob, man. They have SpongeBob. Yes, you can watch SpongeBob's house. Amazing. Resident Evil 4 Remake. They took one of my favorite childhood games and somehow made it better. The combat has so much weight now. Every shotgun blast feels impactful. The parry system is amazing in this game, so satisfying. And of course, the updated visuals make the village terrifying in new ways. And the added character depth for Louis and Ashley is a welcome change. Man, that first encounter with the regenerators had me sweating. It's the perfect blend of action and horror that this series does best. So Resident Evil 4 Remake is a very good game. Even Resident Evil 4, the original one, like the remastered version on Steam, man, that is good too. So if you don't have the money to pay for RE4 Remake, then just pay for RE4 and you will have a blast. And your weekend will disappear just like that because you are playing RE4. Deep Rock Galactic. Rock and stones, man, rock and stone. Mining with friends in this game creates some of my favorite gaming memories. The procedural caves are stunning. One mission we found this massive crystal cavern that took our breath away. It is beautiful. The class synergy is perfect. Nothing beats a well-timed shield from the gunner when you are about to be overrun. And the community is shockingly wholesome for a shooter game like this. The devs keep adding free content too. Damn, they are absolute legends. Deep Rock Galactic, if you have friends, play this game with your friends and you will have a very, very good time. Even with your spouse, man. And this one will not break your relationship. So kudos to the game.
Some dirt around here. Wally!
Slay the Spire. Well, this is an oldie one too, but it is very fun. You will have this one more run syndrome in this game, like any other roguelike games. And I love how each character forces you to play completely differently, like Silence Poison or Shift builds versus Defect's Orb Madness. The moment when a random card pick suddenly synergizes with your entire deck, it is something super satisfying. I have had runs where I became literally invincible through careful planning. And not to mention the modding community is awesome, it is so big and always adding some new stuff with endless content. This is the definition of perfection in a card game form. So this game is simply fun, even though it's an old one, and you will have a lot of fun playing this game and just buy the game, I guess. Again, I'm always saying that because if I really like the game, it means that the game is worth the money because, you know, as a kid growing up, I don't have a lot of money. And I always want something very worth it for my money, and I'm still sticking to that by now. So, but then again, if you don't like a card game, then don't buy it because I don't think this is for everyone. South Park's Stick of the Truth. Yes, an old D1 again. And as a long-time South Park fan, this game is a love letter to everyone. Well, you know, South Park fans. The humor is so spot on. I was laughing during the alien probing scene, man. That is so funny. The combat is surprisingly deep for an RPG, and the fan service is everywhere. Fighting underpants gnomes will never not be funny. It perfectly captures the show's spirit while being a legitimately great game. The Canada section alone is worth the price, but then again, it is an old game, and this game will be on sale most of the time, and it is dirt cheap. I think I get it for like $2 or even $4. I don't know. I forgot because this is an old game and I bought it very cheap. That is what I remember, and it is worth every penny. Stardew Valley now. Of course, this must be in the list. This is my comfort game. This is like my comfort food, man. I ate this shit every day back when it was released. After working and a stressful day, playing this game, you are gonna be in Zen mode. You're gonna be so relaxed. It's really chill, you can play it with your friends, and the progression system is so satisfying. Going from struggling to make ends meet to having a thriving winery operation, that is awesome. The characters feel like friends after multiple playthroughs, and the music is just top tier. Remember guys, this is made by one person. It is just a good game, an incredible experience, and nothing beats Stardew Valley for any farm game. A cozy game. So Stardew Valley, a very cozy game, and you should definitely try it. And if you like Harvest Moon, something like that, and you will definitely enjoy this one a lot. And it is dirt cheap too, so go get it. What are you waiting for, man? Stray. Yeah, being a cat in a cyberpunk world is every bit as delightful as it sounds. The little details like scratching carpets, knocking things over, curling up to sleep, they are all perfect. You are basically a cat. The environmental storytelling is masterful. I spent hours just taking in the neon lit alleyways. Man, it's just amazing. The art style in this game, chef's kiss. And the puzzles are just challenging enough. And that moment when you finally reach the outside, breathtaking. I know this is a short game, but it is definitely unforgettable. Go get this game. And this game is always on sale, so it's gonna be so cheap for you guys. Definitely worth the money. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. No, 2 runs are never the same. And that's why I keep coming back after 500 hours. I have no life. The item synergies create insane combinations. One run I was flying demon baby shooting lasers. The next I was crying mass with humming explosive tears. It's amazing. And the dark humor is my kind of dark humor. And the gameplay loop is perfect for quick sessions. Unlocking new items always gives me that just one more run. Always, man, always. Because you get to experiment a lot in this game. The last in the list is ULTRAKILL. This game makes me feel like an unstoppable killing machine. The movement is so fluid, sliding, wall jumping, and air dashing, while blasting enemies never gets old. The stylometer encourages such aggressive play. Punching my own shotgun pellets for extra damage is the coolest thing ever, hands down. The retro aesthetic mixed with brutal, modern gameplay creates something truly amazing. And when you play this game, that first time you S-rank a level, pure gaming bliss. So that is pretty much all the 20 games, well, God tier Steam games. I know there's gonna be more, like Red Dead Redemption, GTA 5, Skyrim, and many more. I'm just mixing things up in this list. So hope you guys enjoyed this game. Each of these games has given me a unique experiences that stick with me long after I stop playing. Like, I would just want to come back to these games. Whether it's the challenge, the storytelling, or just pure fun factor, they've all earned a special place in my gaming heart. And let me know what is your 20 God tier Steam games, and I'll probably make another video about this one. And I really hope I can help you with your gaming needs. So happy gaming, and I'll see you on the next one.